Our first question will come from Harold Gutman with the San Jose Mercury News.
Hey, Davis, thanks for joining us. I guess you haven't had really a regular week since the season started. I mean, with getting pulled out for the Oregon game, and then you lost your week of practice, and then your game got canceled. You don't need me to go through it. I'm sure you know everything, but just how, I mean, this probably is the icing on the cake. Just what's been your perspective right now this week, having to go up to, Washington to practice?
I mean, obviously different than we expected. With the new guidelines that Santa Clara County put out, kind of left us with no other options. But just for Stanford to allow us to come up here and practice up in Seattle and prepare all week, I mean, we're just extremely grateful to continue our season. But I mean, really, just we've been doing the same things we would if we were back home, preparing the same as usual, and I mean, ready to go this weekend.
Our next question comes from RJ Abadia in the Bootleg.
Hey, Davis. Usually it's the start of the season where you guys get to be football only before classes start, and now you're kind of finishing it that way. On balance, how much is that helping you guys close out this season in your mind?
I mean, I think it's a really good for us. I mean, there's not really any other distractions that can limit kids from their full potential. Coaches have done a really good job about scheduling everything. I mean, we're still on a similar schedule to what we would be like if we were back at campus and still had school, but they're just giving us a little more downtime where we're able to watch some film on our own or just get our bodies right for the next practice or the next thing we have to do. So, I mean, it's great. I definitely enjoy the little extra free time and not having to worry about school all the time. But I mean, I think we're in a good spot to keep preparing for Washington and then the further games down the road this season.
And then as far as the Husky pass rush, what's your evaluation on them based on just how aggressive they are with blitzes and things that they like to show you versus just how good they are at what it is that they do?
From what I've seen so far, they're really fundamentally sound. Their defense, they mix it up a lot. Pass rush wise, I know they got a couple of guys at D-line and linebackers that are stepping in. They also have some new guys filling in who weren't starters last year. So want to see how that plays out once we get in the game. But I mean, really, the defense is going to drop back into zones, really zone conscious and spot conscious. So we're going to have to find openings and just make our way through progressions and just find the open receiver. But I mean, I'm really excited to attack this defense and hopefully put up a lot of points this weekend.
Thanks, Davis.
Our next question comes from Jacob Rayburn with the Cardinal Sports Report.
Hey, Davis. Was wondering if you could talk me through a bit the strengths and weaknesses from a quarterback's perspective of a curl route and targeting it and kind of the role it plays in the passing attack for you guys.
I mean, the strength of a curl route, I mean, obviously, from a quarterback and receiver standpoint, I mean, we know where that's going to end up. We know how it plays against different defenses. Obviously, it doesn't work for every defense. So, I mean, it plays a bigger role in a lot of our progressions and our concepts. But otherwise, I mean, it's a strong play. It has it's not a very good route to run versus true man-to-man. We want to be running away from guys in those circumstances, but I mean, if we have a good guy running it and I see a lane to it, I think it's something we can complete a really good amount of the time.
Got it. And when you went over the interception that got called back because of the hold doesn't really seem to do it justice on what got Cyrus turned around. When you went over that with Coach Pritchard, what did you see when you had a chance to see that play over again?
I mean, I just got to do a really good job with my eyes. Initially, I thought the post safety was attached more to Osiris on that inside post, and he made a really good play, baseball turning out of it and making a play on the ball. The route that Simi had was more so a like double move where it was like a corner and go. So I just need to put that a little more outside away from the safety and just lead him downfield a little more.
And last thing, when when you're working on screens with guys and kind of going over the film of the screens, what to you kind of differentiates a successful one from one where you have to spike it?
I mean, it's all dependent on what the defense is doing. They have to give us a good look to throw those screens. Obviously, we like to set them up with different actions in the backfield or certain fakes that gets them to try to move the other way so we can set it up. But I mean, if he's there, I try to give him a really good, accurate ball that he can make a play with after. But I mean, if it's not, I got to dirt it and take, just get back to the line of scrimmage or dirt it. And I mean, just play to, or live to play another down.
Thanks, Davis.
Our next question comes from Harold Gutman.
Hey, I was just wondering, what was it like to practice at Washington? You probably haven't practiced kind of at your opponent's field before. Was it strange for you?
I mean, it was pretty cool. We got to see their indoor facility. We practiced in there. Luckily, I mean, I think it was a little chillier last night than it was today during our practice, so it was nice to be inside. But obviously, I mean, it's pretty cool. I never got to see Washington in my recruiting visits in high school, so I mean, it's always cool seeing another program's facilities.
As far as like just preparation for the game on Saturday, do you feel like you have the same amount of practice time as you would normally, or I guess how has it affected practices in general?
I think we do. We still had our Monday practice at school. Obviously, we had to stay socially distanced, so it was a little different than normal Monday practice. But we ended up traveling out here early yesterday, and still had a chance to get a full Tuesday practice and our full Wednesday practice and meetings today. So I think we're fully capable of another good week this week.
Any other questions for Davis? All right, thanks, Davis, for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks.